supercharging your Salesforce integrations using the platform events. A little bit about me. My name is Marko Vuković. I'm from Croatia, and I'm working as a developer from when I started college. Basically, I started college, and afterwards I just begin part-time developer. And afterwards, so basically for like last 6 years, I've been doing Salesforce development. A little bit about today's agenda. So we will go through introduction of the platform events. I will go through how to implement them, how to publish them, how to use them, how to subscribe to them, and I will do some demo for the platform events. It will be just basic implementation. Test. Perfect. Thank you. Introduction to platform events. Platform events are just standard and native feature to on Salesforce. They're used for data exchange in real time with or within Salesforce platform and outside systems. So basically, there are three parts of the exchange in the real time. So there's the event publisher, event bus that is something that is used for handling the events, and the event consumer or subscriber. So basically, the publisher can be either the Salesforce platform, the application, or something else. The event hub or event bus is just used for transferring the events in chronological order and just publishing them to the subscribers. And subscribers are just machines or something that is reading the events. So some basic example and how we use them in one of our implementation. So basically, can I just speak without the mic, maybe? Okay, so can everybody hear me? Perfect. Okay, so basically, when it comes to simple example of the or of the events, it is, for example, you are at the airport. Okay, let's do it like this. So you're, let's say, at the airport, and your flight is being delayed, and there are multiple people that test. Yeah. Okay. So there are multiple people that are also having the problems with the same flight, and all of you are just calling the airline and checking what the problem is, and then the airline just cannot handle the calls, and they cannot answer all the calls because they don't have that much or that many representatives that can answer all your calls. So what they did is just create the, let's say, WhatsApp group where they can publish the updates, and you as a person can just read or subscribe to that WhatsApp group. That is just some basic example on how events can be used. And better example, or the real-time example, how we implemented them for one of our clients. So they have a Java application which is handling all the orders. So basically they are selling cars. And basically what they needed to do, or what they wanted, they just wanted to have all the orders in the Salesforce platform, but they didn't have prior order or prior Salesforce experience or platform. So we need to do, or we need to create the whole integration. And their backend is just handling the order requests, processing, and stuff like that. Salesforce is used for some calculations, automations, and stuff like that. And basically, the problem was that they wanted to have real-time data between Salesforce and their system, but they didn't want to do multiple requests to Salesforce just to ping the Salesforce, just to read if something was changed, or they didn't want to create the custom implementation in Salesforce where they would need to create different handlers in their Java app, or some different services where we can publish the data from Salesforce. So basically we did the easiest thing and implement platform events and just publish the events once the required status is on the order or something like that. For the implementation, it's pretty simple because platform events are just records in Salesforce, and platform event itself is just an object. That means that they can be implemented using flows, Apex, event messaging, or any other method that you can or want to use for creation of the objects. To subscribe to events, since they are just records, you can use flows. Flows have specific condition when you create the flow that is used or that will trigger the flow once the event is published. And I will show that a bit later in demo. You can subscribe using Apex triggers. I will show that as well in the demo. Lightning Web Components and Aura Components. You just need to import the method from the standard library, and you can just use it as is. Basically, you just import it from library and subscribe to or add the event name and external systems. So for the demo, we will do a basic demo. So let me go through it. We will have order record, order line item record. Those are just some basic records that will be used for showing of the events. Once we do the update on the Salesforce record, we will publish the event to external app. That external app will just process the event. So basically, in this case, which I will show, it will just select some order line item records and just publish the event that those records are being processed. It will publish the event back to Salesforce just to update the status of the order, just for the some salesperson or someone that they can see that order is being processed. And we will update the record or the order record back in Salesforce with the new data. So let me just set up the demo, just 1 second. Just 1 second. Okay, I believe this should be maybe visible enough. Just 1 second. Okay, so here I did some change. Okay, so basically this is just an example of the external app. This is Node application that uses JForce for the connection. These are some strings for the connection, and I'm creating or logging into the org where I'm just, for the subscription, I'm just creating the channel for the subscribe event. Channel name is just my order event on the Salesforce, and afterwards I'm just going through events. I'm just checking some flag. Is API flag is just used for showing if the message was published through the Salesforce or some external system. Afterwards I'm getting the payload order ID, returning the query for the order line items with the same ID, and I'm publishing the event with order status processing, that just to update the Salesforce that that the record is being processed. Afterwards, let's say we are doing some processing. In this case, I just added timeout of the 15 seconds. So after 15 seconds, I will just publish the update. I'm creating a random string for the shipping number, and the same way I'm just publishing the event back to Salesforce. On the Salesforce side, just 1 second. So platform event, it is just an object that can be defined in integrations and platform events. It is the same. You define it the same way you define any other object, with different custom fields. In our case, we have 4 fields: order ID, order status, is API, and shipping number. This is basic implementation of the platform event. You can have up to 100 fields. In addition to that, we have 2 basic flows. One flow is used when we update the record on Salesforce. So this will just create the record and publish the event with the ID. So basically, the record trigger event is once the status of the order is changed to initialized. There is another flow. That flow is a platform event triggered flow. That is something that I was talking about, where you can subscribe directly to events using the flows. So you just define the event name, and that's basically it. This decision tree is just checking if the status was changed or not, and if it is, it will just update the order with the new status. This is the order record which I will show, and the order trigger handler. Let me just zoom it. So basically, you define it as any other trigger, just the same way as all other triggers. You can handle it using the just go through all the records. I'm just doing some validations that, because I'm using one event for two-way communication, which might not be the best practice, but for this case, I just wanted to show everything with a simple or one event. And in this trigger, I'm just updating the shipping number once the value is received back. And this is just the simple implementation of the order, just order number, order status, shipping number, and that's basically it. So right now, if we go and create new order, let's call it just some order. We will not populate the shipping number because we want the outside system to do it. Order status will be new, okay? And we can create some related records, just some, let's say PC, because we bought a PC, for example. It was $2,000 or euros. And right now we are good to go. let me just start the application. Oh. Okay, so we got the init console log. Let me just really see. Okay, so this is just the console log from the beginning. Once we log into the system, just to have the information that we are good to go. So this application, let's say currently it's running on our PC, but it can be executed on different platforms. For example, you can run it on Heroku or something else. It doesn't really matter. And right now, if we go to the order and change the status to initialized, we can track it automatically here. And you can see that we instantly received the order ID. We got the data back. This is our order line item. And we set the status to processing just to update the system to let them know that, hey, our record is being processed. Oh, since I was a bit slow, shipping number was also updated in the meantime, but we can check the order history so we changed the order to initialized. Afterwards, we published the event that changed the flow or the status to processing. So basically that's just this message where we updated the system to processing. And afterwards, we updated the shipping number and status to shipped. As you can see, there are two different users that updated the record. The case for this is if, since this change of the status to processing was executed through the flow, my user was directly assigned because I'm connected as my user through the Node application. But for the triggers and publishment of the event, it was handled by automated process, which is really actually powerful because that way you can go and create some process, and you want that process to be updated as some generic platform user or something like that, and not by your user that is running the automation or the integration. That way you can just do that by creating the trigger for the platform event, and it will be automatically done for that user. What that means is there are a few powerful things that can be done by that, or by technically exploiting that. So basically, if we have a batch process or batch that is being executed, and in execute method, you just want to start, for example, a future method, which you're not supposed to do in the batch, you can just publish the event that will start the new transaction at the backend. That transaction will be synchronous. So that means that you can actually start the future from the batch. That can be really powerful or really dangerous, depending on how you are looking at it. But yeah, the platform events, they're really powerful when it comes to integrations like that, or when it comes to some workarounds, or if you are limited, or for example, if you have user, for example, portal user, you can use portal user to publish the event with some data that will be processed using the automated process user. Automated process user have more permission than platform user or the portal user, and you can bypass some restrictions using the events like this. So yeah, platform events are actually really cool when it comes to doing some bypasses and stuff like that. And so yeah, basically, when it comes to platform events, that's pretty much it. Let me just go back to. Oop. That's pretty much it for the demo. And right now we have the Q&A. So yeah. Any questions, comments, anything? Yeah, sure. Yeah, currently the number of there's a limited number of the users that can be subscribed to the event. So sometimes it's not. For example, if you have Lightning Web Component and you subscribe to event, and you have millions of users, for example, and you want to do it through the platform event, it is not the best solution because you will reach the number of I believe it's 2,000 subscribers or something like that. And that will definitely reach the limit. And currently, I believe in winter 24, Salesforce just added some logging for the events and error handling for the events. So I believe this might be the way to handle these exceptions. So this new feature, I believe it's maybe still in pilot, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I believe I read something about it from the release notes on the Salesforce winter release. Yeah, sure. Yeah, for now, I believe this is also released in, or will be released in the new winter release, where they just added the process where you can just check if the message was actually delivered or something like that. I mean, it's hard to tell if it was delivered because when you're working with the subscription model, you don't really know how many clients you have. You're just publishing something to the bus, and you don't really know if the app is down or if something was or if something failed. But when it comes to directly Salesforce trigger implementation, if you try to publish the message, you will if the message failed, you will definitely get the exception. There are few different exceptions, so limit reached, some code broke or something. You will get the message back, but if the message goes to the bus, then there's no way for you to know if something failed in outside system, so if it actually got to the bus or not. For now, I don't think there's a way to handle it, but I believe Salesforce implemented something similar with that error handling that is coming in winter release. But I'm not 100% sure, but I believe that's the case, that they added the exception handling for those types of exceptions. Um, since since they are executed through the user that started the transaction. So if let's say I update the order and everything at the backend is configured to follow the sharing settings and rules and stuff like that, then yeah, it should follow the same process, because if you publish the event through the Apex, you will have on the top of the class you have with or without sharing defined. If you have defined with sharing, that would mean that it will enforce the sharing rules. So that way, I believe it's the case as any other method that you are using will also follow the class definition if you are using the with sharing or without sharing. So if you follow the process and ensure that currently everything is working as expected with regards to sharing rules, then publishing of the events will also do the same. And for data capture, I believe since that should be started from the same transaction, at the back end, I believe it should also follow the rules, because that would be my assumption, because that would make sense. But yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 I believe they should receive the exact same content, but when you're handling the message from your side, you can make sure to enforce the sharing of the fields, because currently, if you publish something, you expect that message to be published to multiple different people, and you are not filtering the fields that are being published from your end or from publishing end. You're handling it from the receiving end, because maybe you don't want a certain group of people to receive certain part of messages. So yeah, this is something that should be handled on the other side and not directly from the Salesforce or publishing of the event side. So because yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yes. Yeah. There. Yes. Because this is published on the Salesforce bus, and this is just currently this is my user, but this can be API user that will handle all the integrations, and that way you will need you will just need one license for all the applications, because you can handle the in the event message, for example, you can handle the application that needs to handle that specific message, and that way you can filter everything through the different fields and stuff like that. So one user or one license, I believe, would be sufficient enough to handle multiple integrations if you implement it correctly. But yeah, in this case, I just used my credentials to log in. And my time is running out. Maybe one question or something. If not, then thanks everyone for being here. And yeah, if someone gets any more questions, I will just roam around and you can just stop me and ask whatever. So yeah, thank you everyone and have a good day.